Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome to the PinePoint Sunday Morning Show. Uh, uh, your hosts, Zach and Bob. Or
I
is it
thought you
Bob
were
and
the
Zach?
host.
Huh?
I thought you were the host.
Well, yeah, I think we're both co-hosts, aren't we?
Maybe. Let's try this
Yeah.
again. Does it do it? I just got bubbles.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, was
Yeah,
it double fit?
yeah, it
No,
was
no.
weird. I had like a thumbs up bubble going on.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. If Facebook was rewarding us for going live this morning, that's what it was.
Well, it was a pretty late night last night. So Bob and I went down to the Vacation Land Cup 2025.
Yeah.
Limitless
And no, it
Wrestling.
wasn't a camping show.
No. It's wrestling actually. Limitless Wrestling. I gotta say they put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, it
Um,
wasn't too bad at all.
I was quite shocked. Unfortunately, Tony Atlas's match. Yeah, good commemorative. It was kind of funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't what I thought. It
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
what you
Tony's
would hope it
obviously
was.
not in his prime anymore, and
No,
I'm sure he'll admit that.
no.
Yeah, but hey, it's still nice seeing him kicking in the ring at what 70 plus years old. I think he is
Yep.
now.
I think
Yeah,
he's like 72, but I'm not
something like
sure.
that. Yeah.
And he
Last
did
time I
give
saw Tony was when I was doing the Webster Street Seafood Challenge when we had him over there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun too. But Tony's always a great guy. Great to talk to. Always great fun. And I really remember him in his heyday. When he was really stepping up the ladder. As a matter of fact, was WWE champ. He's been WWE champ a couple times.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't realize he lives right here in Lewiston, Maine.
Yeah, but I thought he was from Lewiston. We found out last night he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's not from here
Yeah.
for sure. You can tell he's still got that southern twang. But no, he's lived here many years because I know when I had my boxing club back in the mid '90s. He had been a big figure in the area even back then. Living here in town, so he's been here many years. Settled roots down here even when he was in the WWE.
And honestly, last night I didn't tell you about this part, Bob. So Bob and I, just like I always do, I'll go back to sometimes you don't want me picking seats. I'll go back to when me and my old friend went to see Batman in the movie theater for one night, and it was packed.
Yeah.
Where I thought we were getting seats in the back, we were literally in the front row going. I literally sat in a chair the whole night going, and then
I hate those front seats.
Hold on, it gets better.
Oh
we were all the way to the left side, so it's like,
oh yeah.
And literally halfway through the screen, it like darkened. You couldn't see that part of the screen.
My. Now, were you on the wrong side or the right side of the screen, Zach?
Probably the wrong side.
The wrong side, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I can't see on this side, so
right. That's what, yeah.
And the screen was totally on this side, so it didn't.
Oh yeah,
it work.
So that had to make it like really tough watching.
So and it's funny growing up going to the Coliseum a lot. So I've been to the Coliseum a lot. I did not know they had bleacher seating.
Those used to be just one little row of seats up there years and years ago. But yeah, they've put in that nice little bleach area in there now.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't recall that, but I know we made it about an hour and a half. We did pretty good. My back was killing me, so I looked at Bob and I'm like, if my back's killing me, you're dying. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Nancy and I were hurting a little bit on them hard seats, But hey, it was a good time anyway. But then I left you guys, and my grandson turned 21 this past Monday, so they had actually gone out to a couple bars. So I wound up joining them over at Legends for a couple drinks afterwards.
I almost came back. We almost stopped in, but I called Kate and I had her look it up.
Yeah.
And come to find out, you do have to be 21 years old to be in the pool area.
In the pool
after
area?
5
Okay.
p.m.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
can see that. I mean, there's obviously a lot of alcohol that runs through there, and they don't want to have any issues. So I can.
I almost came back out, but I got home and I found that the rest of the wrestling show on YouTube.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, let me see what this is all. I'll finish it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I gotta say that the commentating was actually pretty good. They did a really good job.
That's good. That's
so
good.
Props to a low budget type wrestling thing. It was really good.
Yeah, and when you say low budget, I mean, they are probably one of the top independent groups around. So
in New England,
yeah. So I think they had a much better show than some of the ones that you see like in high school auditoriums and things like that. Much better production there. It was closer to what I remember the old WWE shows being.
It was, and that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of being at the Augusta Civic Center, and literally, they had a couple more lights on the entrance, just lights, not special lights. They're just blinky lights.
Right.
But that's all it was back in the day. You saw the Undertaker come in through there, and it wasn't big smoke and lights turned down, and it was literally just them walking down aisle into the ring.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. When I was younger, wrestling didn't even have the lights and the smoke of the pyrotechnics. None of that way back in the day. I mean, it was just straight wrestling. Now I'm dating myself here. Toru Tanaka and Chief Jay Strongbow and Bruno Sammartino. I mean, all the original guys.
Yeah, but keep in mind though, it didn't really start getting that big until after the 90s.
Yeah,
the 90s is when it started going uphill quick.
Yeah, and then you hit that attitude area and just era, and it just kind of exploded. Yeah. The wars between the two networks and the NWO and all that stuff. That was fun. Made for great show for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Great ratings.
But Bob, we're not a wrestling show. We probably should talk about. We should probably talk some real estate.
Well, anybody that watches our show knows that we kind of go on for 5-10 minutes about what's going on in our life, what we're doing. So hey, that's par for the course for our show, guys.
Well, if you want to know what's going on, pray for me because we'll see how this day ends. Because it sounds like we're going to try to get the living room moved around today.
Oh, that sounds like loads of fun.
I'm just nervous about the TV part.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Zach, what size TV is that?
I think it's 86.
86, yeah. It takes up the whole damn wall, guys. It takes up the whole wall. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't even imagine having a TV that big. I don't think my wall would take it. Well, maybe it would. I got a pretty good sized wall there.
Yeah, it would. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
You just have TV, but no wall.
Exactly. I'd have to find
a wall. The wall doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, that's true. I'd have to move my paintings and stuff like that, though. So.
Yeah, true. But Bob, talking about lack of space, did you hear about the lack of housing in Auburn in the Sun Journal reporting?
I did not hear it in the Sun Journal reporting, but you did mention it before we went on screen today. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I saw a headline on the Sun Journal on Facebook. It said, I think it was either 16 or 1,800 units short in Auburn alone.
Wow.
So if you're thinking about on the scale, if Auburn's 1,800 short, what's the rest of the state?
Well, and again, let's just take it back one step further. I mean, we've got a Lewiston Auburn community here that actually really kind of works and looks like one community, even though we're two separate cities. So again, if you take those statistics, double them up, figuring that Lewiston would be the same, we're now at 3,600 just in our local area, not counting the outskirts. So we're still at a major.
We're not talking 3,600 people. We're talking 3,600 homes.
Units.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you're talking 800 square foot here. You're talking 2,500 square foot there.
Right.
It's like, wow, that's a lot of homes that would have to be built.
Yeah, and it's nice seeing a lot of these new projects going up because we definitely do need them, but we're still in need of a lot more. And again, I think that goes right back to the conversation we've been having for weeks now, Zach, and that's inventory.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have that much of a lack of units in an area, it reflects out into the real estate as far as what's available.
Yeah.
And even though that's going up, we're still not seeing the numbers that we still need to see to really kind of get out of where we've been.
Although I got to put out there, watching some of the big complexes go up in Auburn and Lewiston too, you'd think that might help. I'm hoping it helps over the next 2 to 3 years, alleviate some of the pressure of housing. You'd think that would help with, because what I'm guessing is going to happen is, because right now, of course, single family homes are harder to build because you need one each, but then you have these big monster complexes coming up with 100 units each. When those 100-unit rentals go up for sale, not up for sale, but for rent, what's going to happen? So back in let me rewind. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. So back in COVID, we had a lot of people coming up, buying a lot of houses cash, and then we ended up in a lack of housing. So a lot of people that were buying houses, selling houses, had no place to go. So now the rental units are in the same predicament. So over all this time, we've had a lack of rentals plus homes.
Yep.
So if we can get that rental market back to a steady state, it will eventually help the real estate sales side too.
Absolutely.
Just because what's happened is the lack of housing, lack of rentals has really pushed a stress on the whole system as one. So if we can take some of that stress off, you'll have the people that typically would never buy going back to renting and vice versa.
Yep.
So hopefully it'll alleviate quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it's funny because I will never tell anybody, I will never tell a customer that they'd be better off as a renter. That is your personal choice. But I have seen it many, many times when I'm like, this person probably should be renting.
Really? Yeah, because my opinion, and I tell most of my customers that as well, is that honestly in this market, if you've got the credit, and if you're renting right now, you can probably own a home because the payments for that rental property are probably not going to be that drastically different than what that home's going to cost you.
Well, yeah, we were just me and my customer talk. Me and my no customer, he's a client. Me and my client were talking about the other day. They're looking for a rental, and for $2,300, you can get an apartment, or for $27,000, you can buy a house.
Yeah, and the thing is, that apartment 5 years from now will be 27. While your house is still the same as well, and then 10 years from now, it's going to flip flop on you. Yeah.
But the truth is, there's really an argument on both sides, whether it be a buyer or a renter. Trust me, don't get me wrong. Bob and I want you to be a buyer because we want to meet you. We want to sell you a house. But
not just for that reason. Not just for that reason. I want to sell a house, but honestly, and I know it's yours too, Zach. My goal, honestly, is to help as many. And in my case, a lot of times it's first-time home buyers, get into that home that they're looking for. I mean, don't get me wrong. The money we make is great. We work a lot for it. It's part of
Wait, you make money, Bob?
A little bit. But it's.
I've been doing this for
really
free.
Reward.
Am I doing this wrong?
It's a reward for me. What's that?
Am I doing this wrong? I've been doing this for free for 15 years.
You know what you just did to me, Zach, right? Yeah, they're not all going to be calling you, not me. Believe me, Zach makes money.
I'm just kidding. But anyways, like I said, there are plus sides and downsides to both ways of looking at it, because yes, if you look at it from buying and renting, buying, yes, you're building equity, so you're not paying 100% interest, where in renting, yes, you're paying 100% interest. But the flip side of that is, now as an owner, you are responsible for everything. Where on the rental side, you're not. But the one thing that always comes down to, that I'm noticing a lot of in the trouble with renting today, is the fact that you don't own it. So you have no choice.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you real quick here,
Yeah,
Zach.
sure.
We haven't talked about this at all, and it's kind of part of this conversation, maybe not part of this conversation, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. What are your thoughts on home warranties to help folks get past those situations where you have to take care of everything, like you just mentioned?
So home warranties are good. You gotta, how do I explain this?
No, I put you on the spot.
They're good, but they have some limitations. I'm gonna be honest. They are good for smaller items, but if you read the fine print with the bigger items, there are a lot of limitations. And because of in the past, because I've heard stories where people are like, oh yeah, I got a whole new roof, I got a whole new furnace, I got a whole new septic system out of it, or whatever. They're really cautious on that now. They've really buckled down and really tightened up their requirements and what they're willing to pay now. So
it is insurance.
Because if you look at the warranty specifics, and you compare the cost, let's say a new furnace, for example, the warranty is not going to cover the whole furnace. It'll help a little bit, but the limitation doesn't meet what the cost of the furnace actually cost is.
Yep. Okay.
So you might be,
hey,
oh, there it is again.
There it is again. Hey,
what is that?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it gave us a bubble thumbs up. I like that.
That's cool. I wonder if it's because I'm using this camera.
I don't know. But that's pretty cool. Hey,
wow, I'm on a roll. I got 2 thumbs up.
on little random things here.
They're like ghost thumbs up. We don't even have anybody live right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
Whatever. But yeah, no, like I said, the warranties are good. Trust me, they're good for the quick things, the little things, especially for appliances. You move in, stove dies. It's good for that stuff. It will replace that kind of stuff. It probably won't replace your furnace anymore if you really read the fine print. So with a warranty, like I said, I'm not saying they're a bad thing. I always recommend them because they will help.
Make sure you know what they cover.
It just, my thing is when you do buy one or get one, just make sure you understand what the limitations are. That way you don't get blindsided in the middle of an emergency.
Yeah, because I mean, they do certainly sell them, giving you the idea that it covers everything under the roof, and that you're 100% covered, so on and so forth. And as we all know, with insurance, I mean, obviously, insurance companies looking out for their purse, not yours. So yeah, you need to make sure that you read the fine print to make sure that you know what it is that you're purchasing.
But the flip side of that too, Bob, is I know right now we sell America's Preferred just because for the longest time they were the only company that you could choose the contractor that fixes stuff. But I was actually watching there's American Home Shield actually has a program now. When you buy into their program, they actually have a live person that will call you to help you walk through trying to troubleshoot and fix the item. That way it'll also cost you less and you have a professional on the other side. Yeah. At least I believe they're professionals. I'm not 100% who they are, but
they could have been working at McDonald's last week, right?
Right. Well, it can't be worse than YouTube. You can YouTube just about everything.
That's true, and you never know for sure, what you're watching there.
Well, that's true, because who the heck knows who's on the other side making that video? They might be making it look great. It's going to blow up in your face every time.
Yeah, they may not have a clue as to what they're really talking about.
It's just like me. You don't want me telling you how to install a bathtub. I have no clue. I've heard nightmare. That is actually one of the hardest jobs for plumbers, installing the bathtub.
Really? Interesting.
Oh yeah, we so when we were doing the flip in green, Nick and my my plumber. Well, my brother Nick tried to install the tub and just couldn't get it in. Now, if it's new construction, that's a whole nother era. I'm talking replacing the tub. Yeah. They don't just go right in.
Yeah.
And they have to be level, and they have to be angled just slightly so all the water goes down to the drain.
Right.
And they don't fit right. So if you go into new construction, one thing you'll always notice is the tub is installed when they're framing.
Right.
where if the framing's already, it's almost, so at that time I told Nick, I'm like, shoot, we probably should have pulled that wall of framing out and just reframed to put it in. It would have went in a lot better. But if you don't pull the framing out, that, oh geez, it's not fun.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you got a nice fit.
Yeah, it's the fit's just tough. But yeah, like I said, back to warranties. That's actually a really good question, Bob. And again, like I said, at the end of the day, I always recommend to read the fine print, or at least check into some of the limitations, just so you understand what it looks like.
Right.
Because you pay $500 for a warranty, and the warranty really is only good for $2,000, which it's not bad. It's $500 for $2,000, but
if you use it right.
But the side of it you don't want is when you are in that emergency, coming to find you're expecting this to pay the whole thing, and it's only going to pay a portion.
Yeah. Yep. Expectations. I think we talk about that a lot in what we do, is making sure that our customers and clients understand the expectations that they can expect.
Oh yeah, this is just like shopping for a house now compared to 2015.
Yeah.
2015, you had choices. You could sleep on those choices and make a decision 48 hours later.
Yeah.
Where now you just never know. It's just as bad as that old saying at the car dealership. It may be here today, but may not tomorrow.
Well, it's kind of like the Martin saying, really.
Oh yeah. You should have bought it when you saw the Martins.
I haven't heard that one in years. Ever since they dumped that comedic lady that used to do all the commercials for them.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. They just really abruptly dumped her unceremoniously, and I don't think it was anything that she did wrong or anything. Just all of a sudden they just changed directions, and I haven't really heard them use that phrase either for like ages.
You know what it was, Bob? And this might be a really bad joke, but she made the wrong political statement and got shunned for life.
Oh no! This was before 5 years ago.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, you say the wrong word today.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was before 5 years ago, so she wasn't getting canceled out.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see somebody go walking up Lewiston Main Street and doing the shame thing. You know, Game of Thrones shame.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
No, that's a really good question. But yeah, like again, reiterate, read the fine print, ask for the booklet. Like I said, if you're working with us, we have the booklet, we can send it to you. I have read some of it. Obviously, I don't know if I have the most updated one. I got to double check on that. But warranties are good. It's just understanding limitations is the best way to go into it.
Absolutely. And I think that's true with anything. And that's why it's so important, that all the transparency that we bring into our industry, making sure that you do have all that knowledge.
And another flip side to looking at a similar situation, Bob, I know we're looking to wrap up here, but buying a house, is it better to call us and talk to us about how it works, or to ask Uncle Bob how it works and go see a house and guess it?
No, certainly best off giving us a call so we can go ahead and help direct you so that you're going down the right path right away. Because honestly, I come, and I know you do too, Zach. Lots of people that are just starting to look, and they're putting the house searching process first. I'll find a house and then I'll worry about the financing.
Yeah, and then you get there and you got 20 offers on the table, and you haven't even talked to a lender. And hold on, I got to throw another one in there. You want to work with your credit union on a Saturday, and you can't even get hold until Monday. And hold on, you have to make an appointment to talk to them. So you might not get until Thursday, and the house of your dreams just went gone.
Yeah. Whereas if you had taken the proactive approach and gotten pre-qualified.
And I want to reiterate, I'm not trying to be negative or bash anybody trying to use their credit union. Please don't. It's just
no.
Like I said, credit unions have good deals, but if you're gonna go that route, understanding what the process is and the time it could take, will better prepare you. That way you're not heartbroken at the end of the day, blaming everybody because you lost out on a house.
Well, and again, whether it's a credit union, whether it's one of the mortgage companies that we work with, one of the local banks, it doesn't matter who the lending institution is. It's important to go ahead and put that piece first in talking to them, so that you understand what you're pre-qualified for. If you're even in a situation. I mean, I won't name names, obviously, but I've got a customer right now that has sold their house. They have to be out of their house within the next month. They're looking to buy a house, did not go get pre-qualified, and unfortunately, they've got shitty credit and don't qualify for a loan. Yeah, try having that conversation with a customer.
Did they have an agent?
Well, I was in the process of getting hooked up.
No. I mean on the sell side.
Oh, on the sell side, I'm sure they did. But
all right, we won't go there.
Yeah. So that might be another conversation we should have. But again, those things happen. People make those kinds of decisions because they're not asking the right questions. They're not giving the right information. That's why it's very important that you go ahead and talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about. Is dedicated to doing the right thing for you. While you're looking to purchase your home. And honestly, it's not bringing you around the state showing you a bunch of homes to start off with. It's really setting you up with the right financial product, and then let's go find your home.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there's more to it than that, Bob. One of the
absolutely.
things
I'm making it simple here.
And honestly, there's two other things I look at, going back to, like I said, talking to Uncle Bob and his buying 2 houses and knowing the whole process, and buying those 2 houses might have been between a 30-year period. So if you go back 30 years, I'm not sure when the whole thing changed, but in the state of Maine, you used to have 30 days as a seller to move out of your house.
Yeah.
After closing.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I still run into quite a bit of people who believe that's still there.
Well, my brother and sister-in-law just recently sold their house, and that's what they thought. That's what they thought. I had to correct them on that, and believe me, that was a big shock to them.
Yeah. And then on the other flip side of it, whenever people see the advertising of get a house for zero money, that's not all true. There are factors in too, especially in today's market when you're putting an offer, because of the high competitiveness. You need earnest money. You got to put something on the table. So $500, honestly, a lot of people aren't gonna take a $500 deposit just because $500. And I'm not trying to sound mean, but it won't make you hurt.
I'm starting even to get kickback from listing agents with 1,000, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I still get, usually I'm aiming for like 2,500. And like I said, we're not trying to get more money out of you. It's just the fact of the matter, they want to make sure when a buyer's submitting an offer that buyer is not going to walk away for really dumb reasons.
Yeah.
Or just because I had a dream last night and I'm not closing on this house in 2 days because I had a bad dream about this house.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've heard some pretty crazy stories.
Yeah. And again, important to note though, Zach, that earnest money deposit we're talking about is not an additional fee, okay, which a lot of people think it is, okay. It is credited back to you towards closing costs and everything like that. So it's not an additional fee of any sort.
But at the end of the day, though, that fee should be enough to make sure somebody's not going to do anything just rational.
Right.
Not rational, but unrational? Irrational.
Yes.
Like I said, walk away day before closing for no reason. Don't get me wrong. There are many things that can come up between clear to close and closing that are legitimate reasons to pull out of a deal. But that's where talking to us, talking to Bob, talking to me, talking to any of the agents or other agents, whoever you're comfortable with, talking about situations like that and understanding how to handle them. That's another reason why using a real estate agent is a huge thing. Just because we may not have hammer, nails, saws, chainsaws, and stuff like that, doing hand labor and out there smacking the nails and lugging shit down the hallway.
My tool's right here.
Right. My tool is here. appropriate, my mouth and my phone.
Yeah.
We have experience, we have knowledge, we talk to each other, our fun stories are sitting down talking to each other around the table, telling horror stories, telling what we did, how we got through it. Trust me, there's a lot of times where I run into situations all the time and I'm like, geez, what do I do? I don't know how to even, so I'm calling up the other agent. I'm like, hey, bear with me here. I'm going to try to explain this, but I have no idea how this could happen. You just got to run with it. And one of the plus sides to using a real estate agent, especially in experience, and no offense to new ones, because using a new real estate agent is not a bad thing, because hopefully they've surrounded themselves with people that have experience.
Yeah.
Just because having more experience just gives you more opportunity to understand how to get through those struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, there are transactions that go literally offer on table, pre-qualified, inspections go great. We ask for a couple GFIs, whatever, goes through appraisal fine, we close, no issues.
Yep.
But that's like 1 out of 10. And I'm not kidding either. So a lot of times what's happening as a real estate agent, we're going in and we're looking at houses. Well, you're looking at the house, whether it's going to fit your needs. We're looking whether it's going to fit your financing. And then as long as it fits your financing, or we feel that we can get you through there easily without too many roadblocks, like a couple handrails, maybe going over there with a gallon paint, throwing a couple slashes here and there. You know, that stuff's easy. It's your material heavy things like a brand new roof or a furnace. I'm like, that's tough stuff. It's hard to wiggle $10,000 in the middle of a transaction trying to get to closing and then trying to get a third party out to do that kind of work before that. Because no offense, if you call a contractor and they can be there the next day, unless you know who it is, there's a problem. You don't want them.
Yeah.
Especially in the market we are today, because I don't know about you, I'm trying to sell log homes and I can't even get somebody to build them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a whole nother dilemma that
we can. It's just we got to really work at it.
Right. Well, no, there is a dilemma with that, where a lot of contractors are stopping doing anything with public and residential. They're going all commercial and private.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that is one of the biggest dilemmas. So trying to get somebody to build a custom house, they want nothing to do with it. Just because it's one of those factors where if they go in as a commercial, they can literally get the drawings, put it up and be done.
Right.
Where when you go into residential custom building, you have somebody going there every other day, changing their mind, adding this, minusing this. Oh, this is too expensive. Where if you go to the commercial, okay, it's going to be $1.5 million. He has to check, get it done.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be another 100,000. Oh, whatever. Here you go. Get it done.
Yeah.
There's no question when it comes to commercial. So.
Yeah, a little different for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
but like I said, that construction is a whole other dilemma, and we could have a whole talk about that. But again, I think the good message we got out today, Bob, is talk is free. Just give us a call. So. Because we know, but I know you don't. So give us a call. We'll figure it out. Or if we don't know, we probably had a good idea how to figure it out.
Yeah. More likely we've got a resource that we can go ahead and contact that'll have the answer for us.
Who's that? Who's that?
The coughing in the background?
No. Who has the answers? Because I don't.
Oh. Well, hopefully, we have somebody that does, if you don't. We'll ask the lender. We'll ask the appraiser. We'll figure it out. We'll
ask somebody. Yeah. We'll go ask the homeless guy in the corner.
Well, I don't know about that. You can do that, Zach. You might be able to go ahead and help you out with that cardboard construction, but I'm not sure that's going to help out in my deal.
Hey, it's affordable housing, Bob.
Well, that's true. But that's a whole different conversation that we'll have some other time. But hey, Zach, it's a beautiful day out there. Let's go enjoy the rest of it.
Sounds good.
All right,
remember,
man.
guys, talk is free. Until next time.